This is a nice little treat. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to our first video on Empire of the Ants, a surprise RTS game that really is interesting and engaging and has a few vibes from other games that I think really flow well here. Well, welcome aboard and good to see you all here for this base building, combat, army building. Well, welcome to the main base, the big city, where this tiny little ant, also itty-bitty. Anyway, there's a bunch of random ants that are walking around bringing food and stuff back to our main city over there, and you can actually see these exclamation points, which are previous missions that we can go back to and play, and each of these ant hills act as like a hub area. They refer to them as cities, and of course there's a monarchy going on as we have an ant queen, but then there's also, they mentioned a federation, so it's like all these cities of allied and related ants that are all working together to gather food, and it's the beginning of spring, and so they've begun to awaken, but there's threats all around. Termites and spiders and all sorts of threats loom, including floods. That's kind of one of the next areas we have to go to, is literally traverse across a flooded terrain and then go secure positions in an outpost to, I believe, the southwest. But now we're going to go back and play some older missions just to show you how everything works, as this has a really great kind of a quote-unquote open world element to it. It's certainly not open world by any means, but these areas are really like well done to where they almost seem open world, and there's these little elements of surprise, I guess, when you enter the missions. There are all sorts of different types, like for example a tactical mission. There you see the mission name Intrusion, but it's a tactical mission, some of which require us to lead like a large army of forces, and some of which kind of are more, as they say, tactical, where we're part of a smaller part of a larger battle, which is really cool. And then of course there's kind of platformer sections where we can actually jump, and all these little ants that we could talk to as well to learn more about the story, about collectibles, and more lore that affects us. So here we have ourselves the restoring the first outpost, and we can go do that, and we'll begin that right now. They chat back and forth. They refer to us as numbers. We don't have names, but we're able to ask questions back as we get our orders from Central Command, who are these other scouts. We're essentially a scout, but we do lead troops, kind of like in Pikmin. You'll notice that in just a moment, which is really neat. Very quick load times, very beautiful graphics, great music. Those are all the things that immediately jumped out to me. So what a quiet banger this one has been so far. And this is just the beginning of the game, later getting into flanking operations and literally going into some more advanced military tactics. So if you're a fan of like Total War or maybe Civ, I mean, you'll know some of these basics about cavalry, infantry, and also ranged units and such. And these are our legions here. We have ourselves some soldier ants that are basically our frontline fighters. Think of them as footmen or swordsmen. And over here we have our green ants, who are ranged ants. They can fire almost like they're archers. And so, as you'd imagine, the important thing is to put the more melee-focused troops at front, and then also the ranged troops behind them in close support. But there is a little bit of paper, rock, scissors to this game, where we have worker ants, and there's like blue, green, and orange triangles, or sorry, diamonds that will be against, and anything in the circle is our forces. We do get to build bases, we do get to upgrade these units, and it's pretty damn impressive. So let's go ahead and get started then. We're going to command both of these units to enter that area there, and we'll go ahead and do that now, one at a time. Still a little bit in the tutorial, but I guess we'll do as they say. So yeah, the ranged units up here, and the melee units down there. There you go, boys. And enemy forces will start coming in. Now, this game is also multiplayer, to where it plays in a PvP, maybe even like a PvE setting. And this game is basically played like a large battlefield. Think of like a Battlefield 1 map, or a modern Battlefield game, where you're capturing control points and then able to raise your army from there, and then give them upgrades and do things for gathering. You're not able to go into any of your bases. They're really just small ant hills that you then can convert into areas to gather more food or wood, or to basically make advanced units or even heal them. And we get active abilities as well, which is pretty cool. We're going to now tell our soldier ants to come out of hiding. I guess they didn't see them hiding behind that log there. And then we're going to have our ranged units attack them as well, as they'll turn to fight them. Now, our units can be locked into combat, so once they start engaging the soldier ants, oh yeah, look at that, big old boss battle beginning. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and jump into the action. Now, they could attack us, we could be killed, but they're already routed, so it's just showing us the basics. And it's cool to see all the little bodies and stuff around too. Very cool. And they'll be thrown into battle, and literally thrown out of battle too, as they fight each other. Okay, now they're telling us to attack this enemy nest, so we're going to start by telling our soldier ants to go forward, ranged units to support them from behind. Really like Bug's Life Simulator. Honestly, after playing this game, I want to go back and play Grounded. I want to go back and watch A Bug's Life and Ants and all those great little films. Really good stuff. Okay. Yeah, if only they could have gotten Attenborough to do the voice acting for some of the cutscenes. No voice acting in this game I've seen so far, but still a pretty well-done game regardless. Alright, so there goes our ranged units, firing down on those, what are they, firebugs? Oh wow, look at it. Throwing, oh, I think these might be termites as well. But this is essentially how you take over a neutral nest. They'll be defended by a neutral force, and then you just go in and force them out. Food and whatnot are in the upper right corner, and those are things we'll have to keep an eye on for special abilities and replenishing our units. So cool stuff. Okay, let's see. So now we're going to take over this base. And now it's ours. Yeah, these are all neutral ants, so we'll go ahead and take a look at the options here. We have defensive options. Then this is economy here. We can build our own legions. There's powers, and then also scouting, which gives us a mini-map. There'll actually be a mini-map in the lower right corner. We'll communicate via pheromones and such. We're going to go ahead and pick for this thing to make workers, and you can see down there that they're popping out a bunch of workers. It'll be a lot slower. There you see 58 food will be needed to cut the time down from 2 minutes to 22 seconds to 0. And in multiplayer, this is what you're doing. You're capturing more and more of these to have legions and then fighting and flanking and doing all stuff like that. That is cool, seeing them pour out of the nest like that. So our workers, of course, can fight, but they're better at being workers, so they're well designed to go gather things like that wood over there. So we'll send them right over to the pine cone and go gather that. And then we'll just leave the soldier ants and the ranged ants where they are to just chill out. While we're doing that, though, we're going to build some defenses around our base. Your HQ will automatically come with these defenses, but you can essentially build like a barrier, like a wall around your nest, and then also nest gunners, which are kind of like a armed group that will always stay with the nest. They're always sentries who will then defend the nest against anything that will come near it to try to attack. All right. We're going to speed up construction at the cost of wood. And I think we can also speed up the Nest Guardians, but maybe not. Also with more resources. Okay, so we got ourselves enemy forces coming in. We can see what they are there. And we're going to send our legions to eliminate them. We're going to send all of our legions. By hitting tab, we're going to select them all, and then just tell them to rush them. We're in the easy basic tutorial, so we're not going to matter too much, or worry too much about things that don't matter, like tactics at the moment. We can just basically rush in. And it's really cool to see them fight like that. Now, I honestly thought that this would get really repetitive really quickly, but there are different levels of units, and there's different maps and then different game modes that are essentially the same thing, but they've done a good job of breaking this down into story elements, and not every mission is like this. Some missions you're gathering fireflies, other missions you're out searching for a few missing ants, and it all kind of develops a story and breaks it up nicely to where it's not a continuous RTS game where you're just right-clicking, left-clicking, and kind of staying out of combat. It does remind me a bit of Banner Lords, too, now that I think of it, and all of our ants also seem a little bit like they're cavalry, you know, like we're kind of the mounted cavalry unit moving around and giving orders that way, too. So I like that. All right, tab to select everybody. We're going to tell them to go over there and guard. There are 2 termite legions heading towards us, so we'll have to defend against them. We'll maybe defend our base and wait for them to come to us. We'll put our ranged units behind, and we'll put our melee units up front. There we go. And we'll go to our base and see what's going on. One thing I've noticed in this game, too, is if you run a lot, oftentimes you bounce off objects and go flying. And it's a lot harder to run around because you'll accidentally do something like that when you don't mean to. And if you end up in the water, you're going to have yourself a bad time like that. So you don't want that to happen. You'll take damage, and eventually you'll die and respawn, but that's okay. Doesn't fail the mission or anything. It just kind of makes it so that way you have to respawn and takes time away from using your special abilities on the front line, which we'll cover shortly. Alright, let's go ahead and have everybody attack. The ranged units, since they're in back, yeah, they attack first because they're already within range. I've kind of got it memorized a little bit as to how far they have to go, but there are many more bugs in this game than just ants. And again, if you've skipped to this point of the game, you must jump back. Don't skip to the middle of the video and wonder what's going on. You go right back to the beginning and miss things left and right all the time and ask me what's going on, what's the game like, you gotta watch from the beginning to see, goobers. Go ahead and eliminate the rest of this termite force here, and then I think we're good to go. Our forces also heal while they're outside of combat, although very slowly, and we can heal them up, you know, over time via abilities or sending them to the nest, that kind of thing. Termites are taken care of. Excellent. Okay, send our troops back home. I think we can just command everybody to head on back, and we'll join them back at base. So Q and E to select individual units like that. Again, really, like, totally playable with a keyboard and mouse, but also the platforming sections where some of the jumps are very tight between leaves and branches, and there's water everywhere. You definitely want to maybe use a controller for that. But, yeah, if you run, you go flying. So definitely recommended to walk whenever you're especially trying to get somewhere cautiously. So we'll have all of our troops come back with us. Look at how cool they look. Really well done with their models and things like that. Great detail on all of them. And really just nice variety of, you know, bugs that are quite common that a lot of people know, and tactics that a lot of people know too from games like Total War and whatnot. All right, mission complete. Cool. And look at this loading time. I mean, for a game that's so beautifully photorealistic, that's it. Like 2 seconds and we're back here. I'm really impressed with that. Let's go do another mission then. We've got ourselves the fortification mission. Intrusion. I think we're going to go do that one. I love running around in this stuff. It really reminds me of being the kids in Grounded, although we're much bigger than them. I think those kids were about the size of an ant. But it feels like this world is much bigger than that, by far. Okay, there's Intrusion there. I'm not sure if that's the first mission, but we'll take a look. Woo! And let's see what we can do. We'll talk to number 9552. And let's go. Another big mish. After this, I think we'll jump forward and try to see some on our abilities, where we can actually use specials and stuff to defeat the enemy. Build defenses for your nest. Oh, and look at this. The sun's going down. Cool. All right, let's build some defenses here. Gonna build our wood barrier. And nest gunners, too. Oh, look at all the things we get access to. We have veteran nest gunners, slime reserves, and even, it looks like 2 tiers of those. Alright, things are being built. Eliminate the enemies. Here they come. Uh-oh. They're going to be coming in from all directions. You see now the mini-map in the lower right corner. So we do have a group that's coming behind us. In order to beat the green, we need to deploy the blue. We'll have our worker ants come back here to defeat that legion. And then we'll have our 2 legions here kind of work together. The enemy will likely try to attack us, but you can see our special ability now in the lower left corner. It's a ability that is a reinforcement call, so we can call in reinforcements and keep our people kind of reinforced that way if they take damage. But there's other ones to be able to shield and call in more reinforcements and make the enemy fearful so that their attacks are lighter, and or some of them flee, so we can affect their morale. Very cool. Much more in depth than I was expecting, honestly. And again, my fear is that this could get repetitive very quickly, but honestly, if they continue to add new mechanics and new units and new battlefields and new locations and beautiful art like this, look at that. That is beautiful. I'm locked in. I like this a lot. Okay, those units are eliminated. We'll go and resupply our units here a little bit. Give them a little reinforcement. Now that the battle's over, let them stay on their feet. Or I guess their legs. And we've got a unit over there attacking, so let's go ahead and deal with them. Now that that unit back there is dealt with, you can see our mini-map there showing that we're under attack on that one position. And there they go. Ranged units are really nice. I mean, they really cut down on the enemy, especially if you boost them with the Fury ability, I believe it is, and that will increase their attacks by 30%, and so they will literally melt a enemy legion about half before your melee units even get there, at least so far. It probably depends on, of course, what type of bug we're against. Maybe we'll see things like snakes or something in the future. I don't know. This is a game that's got a lot of depth, though, so any sort of bug or critter could definitely pose a threat against us. Alright, so now they want us to build more upgrades while we wait for the next attack. And we'll do that then. And we'll build some more wood barriers and some more nest gunners here. And we'll try to do the same back at this base. I think we already started with that one, though. And the HQ base up here, I'm going to see if we can do any sort of upgrades as well. Ooh, okay. So what do we got? Defenses, wood barriers. Okay, a lot of this is already built. And I think maybe auto repairs over time, too. It looks like the HQ is looking pretty good. And all bases are pretty much locked in. Those squares there, you can see the size of the nest from those squares. The 2 red and the 2 orange kind of represent the buildable upgrades or units for these different nests. Oh, boy. Okay, we need to make sure we divvy up everybody. Hold on. Hold in the center while we sort this out. Okay, we got a blue one over there, so we need to deploy the orange to this group. And then we've got 2 orange over here, so I'm just going to deploy the other 2 together to the orange. They're better with the ranged units, but we'll send everybody in. Oh, this music is so good. I feel like we're in some sort of a JRPG, Final Fantasy VII, Zelda-type game. This maker is from France, the developer, and they've done a great job. I've been hearing rumbles about this game for quite some time. They've been contacting me and being like, hey, the game's coming out. And, of course, I was busy with other games, but this is not one I wanted to pass up and not make a video on. I think a lot of people need to see this game. I mean, this is just really beautiful. And they're kicking ass. Keep going, everybody. Good job. Oh, boy. All right, our workers need a little bit of love. They're dealing with quite a few units. Let's give them that healing. Oh, we can't. It's still on cooldown. Soldiers are doing a good job. Well, at least we are winning that. You can see the little arrow on the right side where it's pointing up, telling you how a unit is doing. So the enemies on the left there are actually having a real bad time. Our workers are doing well. They're winning the battle, but they are suffering losses. And I'm going to keep that force all the way over there. By the time they get here, it may change up with another attack here shortly. So let's make sure we're still attacking. There we go. Luckily, we're dealing with one force at a time, giving us a little bit of a chance to replenish our losses. Trying to deploy here with 3. Alright, reinforcements have arrived. Look at those battles. Individually, you can see them throwing all the other termites around or whatever we're dealing with. Ugh. The only good bug is a dead enemy bug. This would be a great formula for a Starship Troopers game as well. Okay, we've got green bugs back there. Let's go ahead and get our orange to deal with that since we're engaged over here. Everything's dealt with. Okay, let's go over there. All right, come on over, boys. Get them. And jump we go. All right. We're starting to hit the HQ, but reinforcements have arrived. Ranged units are already engaging. Cool to go up on the hill and see everything going down. They look like ants from up here. We're so high up. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Okay, they've cut through that first enemy legion. Now on to the second one. We're watching the mini-map to see if there's any sort of flanking going on. The enemy is not doing anything crazy so far. Make sure you engage that one, boys. Alright, next wave in 43 seconds. We'll put our troops in the middle again. Now, at this point, I would like to upgrade our forces and see if we can send legions to where they came from. For example, that little green symbol next to that nest in the lower right corner means that the one at the bottom on the left, that's kind of their HQ. And we can send them back there for upgrades and further healing. And some of our nests, too, we can return to for further upgrades for ourselves, for more action abilities and passive abilities, too. Although I haven't seen any passive just yet, I would imagine they would all be done from the same nest, and that's pretty damn cool. A good way to do that one. All right, enemy forces on their way. This should be the last wave. Let's win. All right, they're coming from the hill. Then the soldiers up first. The workers and the ranged units. Looks like they're going for our hunting headquarters here. And you can see all the upgrades for that one. That's where our veteran warriors are from. Reinforcement call ability, tier 2. We've also got our veteran cartographers and headquarters chamber there, as well as our veteran nest guards times 2 and the wood barrier. So there's quite a bit of defenses they're going to have to cut through to win. Alright, our forces are holding. Oh, the music is so dramatic. I feel like we're crossing the Volga in Stalingrad in Call of Duty or something like that. You know, not one step backwards. Hold the line. Alright, they're really doing a good job against that force. We need blue to be engaged, though. Let's have them assist. This will be undefended for now. But if we can cut through this group really quickly, we should be able to bring all of our forces to bear on that final group. They just need to hold a little longer. We're engaged elsewhere. Okay, let's bring those forces over because orange and green can defeat that rather quickly. Blue is still engaged, but yeah, we needed to leave one squad behind because they were engaged in battle. We couldn't just retreat. We got the soldiers out of there to get over there a little quicker. Let's go ahead and heal. You can see the large circle around us too, just moments before, showing the range of our healing. And these guys don't stand a chance. It's over for them. Looks like we're under attack from all forces now. From all directions. They've launched one last final mega ultra attack. Oh, look at the pretty butterfly. Pretty. Okay. Let's have our blues cut through the greens. And our forces here engaged. Let's have our greens engage the orange there. That's our forces. Oh, it's green and blue here. Okay, I thought there was a third. So they've only got two colors against us. Green and blue, and then there's another green on the left flank, which we are engaging with our blues. And let's continue to engage. Oh, another group of orange coming in. They've sent in reinforcements. They definitely would win if they came in all at the same time, but they're attacking like the Germans attacked in Bastogne. Probing attacks, one at a time. Several weak points turned into hard points. Hell yeah, brother. Our forces there having a little bit of a tough time. Those orange soldiers. Oh boy. Alright, they're dealt with. Take that group on. Group on? Is this a sponsored segment? No. Not at all. We're just having a good time. Yeah, ranged forces are engaging. Soldier ants are on their way and healing. Blue are having a tough time. Unfortunately, I'm healing up on my reinforcement ability. They're really going to have to hold out to the last man. Alright, blue force here down to less than 50%. Our forces there are engaged and they won't be able to disengage. Let's go ahead and assist. Ranged units pulling out to assist now with the orange. We need to try to save that unit. They won't be able to pull back yet. But orange is on the way. They shouldn't be able to disengage. They're locked in melee combat. Now, this is a good opportunity to show you what happens when a unit dies like that. They'll run away, and for 3 minutes and something odd seconds, they will not be able to be redeployed unless we reinforce them again, which we were able to do at the last second. So if a unit like that gets destroyed, you can pretty much instantly call them back in to battle. Easier to defend with them because they'll spawn at your base, and if your base is under attack, it's a good tactic to continuously send out defenders. But if you're attacking, they're going to have to go a long way to get back to where the fight was. Not bad. Not bad indeed. This is the city of Bellocan, by the way, is the name of our wonderful little anthill. Isn't that beautiful? So, fortifications done. And also the other mission complete. Actually, exploration is something a little different. Restoring the first outpost complete. What about intrusion? Alright, let's go find some more missions for Empire of the Ants. Let's see what else is cool to do. Some pretty cool points of interest to find, including this bottle of water, which tells you that it's a translucent structure. You can crawl all around these to find out what exactly they are. Usually they're human-made things, but there's also like pears and other types of food like walnuts. But yeah, let's go ahead and do a new mission, and this will be a little different. Going to test our skills of being able to navigate and like explore and do so quickly while the waters are rising. This next mission is all about rescuing our other sister ants. We're going to go find exactly where they are and see if we can do it for Tayukan. Yeah, that's our name of the northeastern settlement. That's what it is. We're in the northeast now. So we're in the lands of the floods. Water is rising. Our queen sent us off here to help these folks, and we're going to do so right now. We're going to go and try to find where they are. If we right-click, we bring up kind of the scanner like our antenna, and we can kind of see where the ants may be. If we get a little closer, it'll start to ping, and then it'll kind of tell us, hey, you're close to an ant. We just got to find them. So all we have to do is just like search in a direction, and look at that. There we go. So we need to find 7 of these guys. It says 2, but after 2, the water will start to rise. So a little bit of a practice first, and then the heat is on. I think there's maybe 10 hidden around this map. Oh, and I want to show you what happens if you die. So, if, oh no, we died. Oh no, horrible. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh. No, it's not really a big deal. Yeah, you just kind of respawn there, and there you go. So not a big deal yet. And that's what happens in battle and stuff too. You'll just be away from the front line, which kind of sucks because you can't really see or give direct orders that way. Okay, let's find our next possible ant friend, maybe up there somewhere. We'll grab onto this log and work our way up to the top of the hill. Again, I gotta encourage everyone to slow it on down when you can. Like if you're just going straight up a log, that's easy. But if you're trying to go over some crazy jumps and stuff like that, you're gonna have a bad time. Oh, looks like we're close to an ant. Usually they're in the sunlight, so we just gotta find them. Looks like they're over this way. Real close to them. And maybe they're on the leaves here. No. Oh, further away, getting closer. There we are. There's our friend. Okay, now the water will start to rise, and now things are really starting to heat up. So now we got to find these guys before the water gets too high and they die to death. We don't want that to happen. We're going to run down here quick. Oh, looks like there's one nearby. I like the measurement, by the way. 381 heads. I'm guessing that's like maybe head to toe of an ant. I don't know. Oh boy, I didn't mean to do that. No. There's an achievement actually for doing that. If you get real close to the edge of the water and you almost die and get out, it'll actually give you a Steam achievement for that. Okay, we're going to go over this way. I'm trying not to fly around too, going against my own advice, but sometimes it's hard to even listen to myself. Alright, we're going to go this way. And one of the ants is down here, I think. Holding spacebar. I think the game is best when you stop to jump. There you go. That makes it a little easier. And our friend is where? We're really close. Over here? No? Oh, I don't know if we'll be able to rescue him. There's a leaf going this way. See if we can get up to that. Oh, we just missed it. Oh, and I can't climb onto that flower. Oh. Definitely where we want to start. I think this is one of the harder missions because you're in such a panic and it is hard to traverse some of the landscape because you're going up and down continuously. Okay. We'll go slow and we'll look around. Is that them there? I think I see him. There we go. Lead them back to the nest. Okay, we made it. Finally. We got one. Now, it might actually be a good tactic here to die, so that way we just teleport back up to the top. So, I mean, if you're trying to do this against the clock, you know, you could do your death warp, as they call it, speedrunning. It would be really cool to see speedrunners play this game, too. Alright, let's find out where our next ant is. Looks like over that way somewhere. Let's see if there's not one over here. One over there, too. Okay, so we're going to cross this bridge again, and then we're going to go left and right. We got 3 out of the 7. Feels good. I let go of spacebar. There must be a little momentum to it. All right, let go of shift. And again. Okay, let's try to go a little slower. Then we'll climb up from the bottom. There we go. Maybe slow and steady wins the race. It goes everything against everything you've learned as a gamer. Is hold shift W. You know, when you're against the clock. But I guess that works. It's a clear road there. Nice. Find another one of our friends. Ooh, he's a ways down there. 804 I think that one's gonna die. He might be out there. I don't know if we can get to that one. There's 191 over here. Eventually there will be a notification on the screen that will say that one of them has died. And it's all about finding the most optimized route, but that is a hard thing to do. I think he's above us. Oh, I just saw him up there. Okay, I just saw the the underside of his body. Ant friend, I'm coming. I see you. Yeah. And we've saved one. Perfect. Now where's another? 300 over this way. Could be above us again. I'm getting further away. Maybe down by the beach. 303. Like how he gets his little butt up, getting ready to jump like that. Watch next time we make a jump. Woo! Okay, we're close. There we go. Number 5. 2 more to go. One 392 this way. Another one has disappeared underwater. I think it's okay if we lose 2 or 3. Certainly don't want it happening again. Okay, 1 more to go. We got a marker over there for one of them. There was a marker briefly. There. Okay, where exactly? Racing against the clock here. Hopefully he's up high. Over this way? Nope. Oh, back this way. Okay, closer to the root. The more towards the water. Very close. There he is. There he is! No! No, I just saw him at the... No, damn it, no! Oh, man. Oh, he was right there. Wait, there's one 500 over this way. Oh, I just saw him at the last second. Oh, another worker disappearing. Oh, they're disappearing left and right. There must be more. Oh, that's such a bummer. Oh, we can come back, though. We gotta find him. There's gotta be another friend around here somewhere. Gotta be one more hope. Maybe up top? Hard to climb these things. Oh boy. I don't know. I hope it would tell us though if we ran out of ants to save. Such a frantic mission though. But definitely one you could do again. It's all good. You can always restart. And that's totally fine. No biggie. Goodbye, cruel world. Look at this too. Look at this. Look at this. I was about to leave this mission because, of course, we need to go back and probably do it again and also find a collectible there. But look at this. Cold, humid, and daylight. There's also modifications to the battle based on the temperature, the humidity, and other factors like nighttime. That's cool. I mean, that's really neat. They even put in that. Wow. Well, hey, what'd you think of Empire of the Ants? There's certainly a lot more to see on this one, including more of the abilities and many more features like support units and giant beetles and a larger scale battle where it goes on much more than what we've seen today. And definitely check it out in a live stream that's been live recently on the channel, showcasing a huge battlefield and huge battles with other AI, and it kind of simulated what a multiplayer battle will be like too. If I get some more friends into this one, I'll definitely come on back for more Empire of the Ants and multiplayer, but certainly believe that it's a really good game to check out for its story mode. Again, about 20 hours there for that one, and then of course multiplayer, and what a great looking game, what a great playing game, and what a good game for anybody who likes bugs or Empire of the Undergrowth or Banner Lords or anything where you're commanding a singular unit to then command legions of units in battle. I'll see you all next time. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for leaving a like. And again, let me know what you think all down below in the comment section. I'd love to see what you think, how you feel, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.